Hello and welcome to the Kiltcraft podcast. This is episode whatever because I can't remember. It's been so long. I am Nessa. This is my channel. Welcome. If you are a new viewer, thank you for checking me out. And if you are a returning viewer, you will know that I've spent a really long time not doing any recording. There's a few reasons for that. I don't want to go too deeply, but I had a bit of ill health this year, which has kind of rendered me energy deficient. So I'm struggling with chronic fatigue syndrome, which is ME, after about a flu that I had last September. So I'm going through diagnosis channels currently, but that has been my focus of the year, is like my recovering and trying to build my health back up. Also the fatigue has meant that I haven't been able to do very much. I won't say can't, that's a really bad word. I haven't been able to produce as much crafting as I would have liked, which sucks because that's what I really enjoy. That is me, that is my hobbies, that is the thing that I find really inspiring and excites me. And I felt for a long while, for months, that I'd lost my identity a little bit because I couldn't do these things. And so the 24 projects a year that I would maybe pump out turned out to be 6 this year. And I'm even working on one of those currently. So, and that's mainly knitting, but I am working on some cross stitching. So that is kind of the lack of energy has brought me into loving an old craft that I used to enjoy when I was in my teens. So, or as a child. So I'm kind of back into cross stitching again, which I have done a little bit here and there in the past, but just not enough. But it's something that I can do while also being fairly restful. So that's nice. I feel like I've reclaimed like an old part of me, even if the normal me isn't, well, what's normal? You know, I've reclaimed an old love, which is really good. But I thought with Christmas coming, I've had a few gift knits and a few, let me grab something else. I've had a few projects that one project that I'm gifting. I've made a few gift projects this year, but they have already gone out because they've been for like specifically like a birthday or whatever. This is really weird. I hope that I'm like managing to come across okay, because it's been a really long time. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying I hope you're all well. It is a Sunday afternoon. I'm trying to make the most of like the light that is coming through my window while it is still present, because it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. And I was just relaxing with my coffee, which I'm also going to grab. Excuse me, this is going to be a more casual episode. I'm not even going to really edit this. This is just going to go up on my channel because I've only got so much time in the day to enjoy energy-wise, that I am not going to waste my energy into something that, yeah, why should I do all the excess editing when really the main content is me chatting to you guys about knitting and crafts. Who cares about whether it's got Kiltcraft at the beginning and end? and music and all that shite. Pardon my language. Might have to edit that out. Anyway, I felt like that's probably not a good place to put it next to the microphone. My phone. I can't remember how you pronounce this. Is it a cat? It's a berry. I can't remember how you pronounce this. I will put the list of project titles below in the description box, so that you can go and search for them. But I made this is by, I think it's Claire Divine or something. Now I'm not sure this is for me, because the pink and the light pink, really light pink areas that almost look white on the camera make it look very pastel and neutrally, and I don't think it suits me. I could be wrong. I made one of these for Will's mum a few years ago and really liked the project. Really enjoyed the texture. It's quite thermal because it has a bit of a slip stitch pattern. And I really liked it, and I had a skein of Aran Yan. This is a Truly Hooked shade in Juniper Flu, it's called. I'm sure we're all sick of hearing about flus. Also, my nails, I really need to take those off, which I've probably got to do tonight. They're gel nails. They came off quite soon. They started chipping quite soon because of all the hand washing that we're all having to do. So yeah, they've ended up just staying on chipped, where usually I take them off when they're still like mostly whole. It looks really bad. And I made it. I do like it, and I like the texture, but don't feel like the colour is me, and that maybe I might end up gifting it. I don't know. It looks really, I feel like it makes me washed out. So, hat hair. So I'm not 100% sold on it. I've made it, but it most likely might end up being gifted to somebody, so I'm just going to save it for now. So that was one project that I made this year that has gone into the pile of meh. The other projects that I did do, I started last Christmas Eve and picked up, put down, picked up, put down, and then picked up and finished eventually. So these I got finished maybe last month or the month before. I spent about 8 months doing them. But these are my baubles, self-striping colourway from Debbie of Down Sheepy Lane, and the heels I've used the speckled Jade Palace from Beehive Yarns. And I didn't just make one little shorties pair, I made two, because these are going to be mine, and then these are for my mum. So we have matching Christmas socks this year. I hope she really likes them. She asked me for, afterwards, after I just finished these, she asked me for some new socks to go with her new wellies, which are bee themed. But I'm like, oh, I've just made you some that you don't know about. So I was like, yeah, I might not actually get around to that this year, Mum. So I'm hoping she really likes them, because I really love these. The colours are beautiful. Yeah, really love them. I think, like, because they're short legs, like they'll go nicely in boots, but with like, for me, like turn up jeans. My mum will still have the cuffs down, so it won't bother her much anyway. You won't get to see them. But I know that she loves her hand knit socks that I make her, so win-win. So that's my pair. And then I recently, because I've finished those, didn't have anything simple on the go, I decided to pick up a ball of yarn that my friend Susie gifted me, which is a ball of the leopard print patterned Wool in the Gang sock yarn. These ones. I made Tracy a pair of these maybe a year or two ago. Tracy doesn't really knit socks. Tracy of Thimble and Thread Make, she's a good friend, and because she doesn't really like making socks, I decided to make her a pair as a present, especially when I saw this yarn, because she loves leopard print, and she loves those. Now, they're not meant to be leaning, but in some areas they are, because I couldn't be bothered to rip back, whereas others, they are actually more spotty. But I think they look nice. And these are for me, so who cares? Still have the next sock to do, and I didn't do the heel that's in the pattern. It's just an afterthought heel, but I used my favourite afterthought heel, which is out of the Coop Knits Book 2 Socks Yearbook, and it's the Dave socks. It has like a round heel, and these fit beautifully. They don't slide like a short row afterthought heel does. Like, they tend to slide underneath my foot, so I end up standing more on this bit, whereas these cup my heel really nicely and are really comfortable. So I started those, and I've literally just casted on the other one. I had a week where I didn't do very much. Energy wise, I just felt a bit, and yeah, I was just looking after myself, so I didn't cast them on last week, but I did do this weekend, so hopefully I will work on those next week. Then on to cross stitch. So I don't have one of these. I did do a cross stitch as a gift for my best friend. I did a cross stitch bookmark, and then I've done another one as a Christmas present for Will's sister. Now, I don't think she'll ever watch this, so that's okay. But using the plastic little covers, she does cross stitching kits and patterns that you can like download and print out on Etsy. But I got the kits, and I got them in like a summer sale, I think. Could be wrong. Something like that. And I bought 3 because I wanted a bookmark for myself, and then my friend's been reading a lot, so I bought her a bookmark because she didn't have one. Trying to stop her from dog earing her books. And then I know that Will's sister really loves reading as well, so I picked up this one because it was utterly perfect for her, because she likes she used to ride horses and loved horses and loves books, so this is like perfect. So I got this one, and I've literally just finished it. I think it's really cool. You're probably reading it backwards as well, because if I haven't switched it around, but I'll try and switch it around. I'm going to have to process it before I put the video up, so maybe I'll switch it so you can read it the right way. I'll be able to do that on my phone if I remember. I'll have a look. This next project, don't judge me. So this cross stitch I started ages ago, and it was the first cross stitch that I did since being a child, so I just started it. Totally forgot to centre it in the fabric. I just started it because I'd started it as just something to do. I think at the time I was suffering with my mental health, and I just needed something as a distraction, and I started this, and it was just a cheap kit from from our town's craft store that used to be the only one we had was it's called Habinit, which is like a marketplace craft store. So the kind that sells like all acrylic and some essential like ribbons and things like that, haberdashery things. And so it was really cheap, probably about £5 or something. But I really liked the cute characters and thought that I'd probably do it. Now this is 12 years old because I did a little tiny section and didn't do any more. And then over the years, I think I've picked it up maybe 3 times and done a tiny little section, not done any more. And with lockdown, I was like, right, we are getting you off the hoop. And I have done it. But look where I put it when I started it. Yeah, terrible. But it is really cute, and I'm glad that I've done it. But I have no idea what I'm going to do with this now. I just wanted it finished. So I might just cut it out and then stitch it to something. Maybe I could like back it and make it into like a patch or something. Don't know. If you have any ideas of what I could do with it, maybe pop them in the description bar, because I don't like things going to waste. It is really sweet. Maybe I could attach it to a tote bag or something. But I finished it. And then the current cross stitch that I'm working on is this DMC kit that I bought last year, and I decided to start even though it's an advanced pattern. So this is the Gustav Klimt, the Kiss, and it is beautiful, but there's a lot of colours that are very similar. It's like shaded, so it is quite advanced, and I've never done anything this advanced, and I was a little bit nervous about starting it in case I messed it up. But I've made a start, and this is what I've got so far. So I decided, obviously, I centered this one. And I'm doing like this bit here going up. So I've gone up the center. So this bit where the flowers are in the middle is kind of where I am, where the hands are. And I'm going up to the top so that the middle center line is in, so I know how far up it goes, and then I'm going to work over here in this direction. And I got this cute little Totoro needle minder because it's adorable. Made me very happy. So when I look at him, he's really cute. So he's my current friend on my cross stitching. Yeah, I'm really happy with this, and I'm using a technique that my friend Candice of Pin Feathers and Pearls shared a TikTok video on, and it was like how to thread manage so that you can then cross stitch over the loose ends. So that's why I've got so many loose ends currently, because as I work in further, these will then on the back get sewn in. So I won't need to keep threading them in every 2 seconds. It means that I can then just snip them off when I'm done, which is far easier than keep going onto the back and threading them behind the stitches. And it'll end up being quite neat as well. So I'm really enjoying that, and it just means that it's less faffy, and if I'm going in a section and there's a few more stitches, I can pick the thread back out and stitch another stitch, so it's quite useful. So I've been doing that, really enjoying it, and feeling like I'm actually going to be able to cross stitch it, which is good. And that's all I have been working on as a present. I finished a couple of things this year. I finished some crochet socks that I had on the go for a few years. I started my Minret crop tee last summer, which I also finished at the beginning, probably May time. So I have done a few finishing old whips, which is really good. And I learnt how to darn socks for the first time, so that's been really handy. I managed to get a darning mushroom, which I bought from my local antique store, because a pair of my socks literally popped on me. And I managed to learn how to do the weaving darning. I'll show you them next time. And then I learned how to make a woven patch, and then the surrounding fabric I Swiss darned, so it was all not gonna break on me again. And then the second sock just needed Swiss darning, which was really great. Yeah, so I've learned some new skills. So that's all I've got time for, because I haven't really got anything else to share with you. But I hope you enjoyed having a little catch up with me, and hopefully it might not be as long next time I do a video, but it might also be, because it depends how much I've actually made. But it's been nice to catch up with you guys. If you are interested, we have me and Twee of Twisted Stitches podcast do currently have a hat, our annual hat make along, which is Harvest Hat Along, and that's going until mid-December. So if you put your hat projects in the FO thread and maybe do a little bit of chatter, you could be within reach of a prize. We're doing, I think, gift cards this time, because I'm not able to get out as easily, and pandemic life. So yeah, please do join in and share what you might be making, and it'd be nice to see you over in the groups. I think as well we have the Harvest Hat Along 2020 hashtag if you want to share makes on Instagram. And that's it. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I will see you again soon. Bye.